Welcome, folks. It is Monday, March 17th, and this is Morning Crankers. Although, we got a special, beautiful lady guest in today. How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Maya Hansen.
Ma Hansen. Yeah, this feels like Monday music, don't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? We probably shouldn't do that. You want to know why? Because it's St. Patty's Day. Yeah, that's much better, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it sounds like a leprechaun sneaking around.
Yeah, this kind of like, it makes you feel like you're in the mood for green beer, green brats. What else can you get green?
Well, I know that the leprechaun soup is corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, corned beef and cabbage. I'm not a big fan. Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah, to me, it's just kind of very salty, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I know a lot of people look at it kind of like a delicacy, if you know what I mean.
It's good stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, if we're going to start this off right, let's start it off right. What do you call an Irish spider?
I don't know.
It's called a patty long legs. And, you know, it is what it is. Anyways. Yeah, Gret, unfortunately, couldn't be here today, right? It's he was doing something. Maybe he took a lucky lady out.
Maybe.
'Cause he's got this thing. He's into Irish ladies. You know that.
I think he's Irish, isn't he?
He is. He's gray haired, but he used to be red hair.
Yeah, his beard is red.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes out in like patches, foil patches. Some look shiny silver, some look red. But he really, he's kind of got this fetish with, what do they call that? Midget corn?
Midget corn.
And they look like little female leprechauns. What do you call a leprechaun? What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either, but, he's into that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into that, it is St. Patty's Day. We've got some facts about St. Patty's Day. We talked a little bit about food, but we got some more of that. I wanted to ask you about this. There's a new Flamin' Hot Cheeto shaped like Jumpman Michael Jordan, and it's going for hundreds of dollars. And, I mean, it doesn't even look that. What do you see it on there?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that looked like Michael Jordan.
Okay, how much do you think they're getting at right now?
I don't know.
Okay, so there was a gorilla Harambe that recently went for $99,000.
Jeez.
There was a Charizard-shaped Cheeto that went for $87,840. And so far, this Cheeto sitting there in this case is $575. I mean, that still blows my mind for a Cheeto.
Who has time to look at their Cheetos to see if it looks like Michael Jordan or something like that?
Yeah, do they buy them and then like pour them out because, hey, this could be the $100,000 Cheeto?
I don't even know who you would report that to if you found something that was actually shaped like something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know either, but they'll probably get a few $1,000 out of that is my guess. Tough weekend in the Ozarks. We weren't here. We were on a trip, actually. And we went through the weather, though. We were there with you. We were up in Flatland country. And went up to see the fam, But, felt so bad. We're up there, and all that stuff is going on here. And, your friends and family, and you're praying for them, and you're wondering. And
yeah, it was pretty rough down here. A lot of tornadoes.
Yeah, I think it was 19 tornadoes, 12 passed away, lots of different injuries. And a lot of things that people don't realize is the first responders after, they get a lot of injuries and cuts and chemical burns and, stuff like that just from picking it up.
Yeah. Yep. I actually followed the, what's that little car that drives around here?
Oh, the Storm Chaser car.
Yeah, the Dominator. I followed him around live on our trip.
Well, it said the Convoy of Hope is sending crews to several locations in Missouri and Arkansas after the severe weather ripped through. There's that. But, I think we need to pull together. What's that thing in Mountain Grove they have?
The Project Strong?
Project Strong. They get together. They get, mostly to start with, anyways. It's like sanitary supplies, right?
Yeah, and like clothes and socks
blankets.
and like stuff that you can bathe, personal hygiene stuff.
It that kind of thing is a lifesaver. So, if you know anybody, look for those types of things. Your money's not going to be wasted. It's going to be going to something good in the local community. So check those people out and, keep them in your prayers. Literally, nobody can stop one of these tornadoes. I guess the one that was down by West Plains was an EF3.
You can also reach out to us and we can get you in contact with the right people.
Yes, morningcrankers@gmail.com. That's morningcrankers@gmail.com. If you know of something or would like to help out or whatever, morningcrankers@gmail.com. We'd like to get help to the people that really need it. I say Missouri strong, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get people out there, get people the help they need. So, but it seems like this is beginning to be this way every year.
Yeah. I honestly think it gets worse every year.
Yeah, well, it does sometimes. I mean, 5 years ago, we went through that one storm and there was tornadoes coming down and up and down and up. And we got that huge hailstorm. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the worst.
That's when the hail was really weird.
Right. Yeah, well, the whole
Jelly.
thing was really weird.
Yeah. Straight line winds took down the car wash.
Yeah. Yeah, that was over in Grove. That was a crazy time. So, we got to stick together. We got to get through this together. So, if you can help, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm looking through KY3 today, and this father says a coyote bit his 4-year-old daughter and was dragging her on the ground.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
That's scary.
Okay, so this is in Washington State, and his 4-year-old daughter was bitten by a coyote just literally inches from their front door.
Wow.
And they say that they're coming into town to get easier meals. But this is not an isolated incident. This has happened in California multiple times where coyotes literally, there's a video out there of a mom and a father and a son walking in, and behind them is like a little 3-4-year-old girl. And the coyote comes down and tries to take that little girl too.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like you hear a lot more and more of this stuff happening. And
it's happening. And it's kind of scary. I mean, we've seen coyotes as a mother cow's birthing pull the baby calf right out. We've watched that here.
Yeah.
And there are some big coyotes down here.
Yes.
Never met a coyote that was a friend, if you know what I'm saying.
They're pretty, though.
Yeah, it's here's the thing. I think that we should start telling our kids that, coyotes, stray dogs, they might not be your friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's dangers that we tell our kids, but how many people out there have actually said, listen, kids, coyotes are very dangerous and they're going to come and get you.
Yeah, not many people say that.
Yeah, nobody does. So get together, parents, and start telling your kids about the dangers that's coming. Speaking of dangers, I have met some wonderful pastors in my life. Have you?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear about this pastor that just got sentenced to prison?
Where at?
Louisiana.
Okay, I heard about the one in Wisconsin.
Okay, this is John Raymond, formerly in charge of the Lakeside Christian School in Slidell, and he was convicted of cruelty to juveniles after authorities said he disciplined the students for talking too much in class.
Wow.
Guess what he did?
Hmm.
He duct taped their mouths shut.
Wow.
Well, I shouldn't say duct tape. It was packing tape. Now, as a parent, as a mother, what kind of whooping would you lay down if a teacher did that to your kid?
They wouldn't be standing. They'd probably be in the ICU.
Yeah, ICU. And metaphorically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm telling you, this kind of stuff goes too far. Like, I wonder if teachers actually call the parents. We've been lucky enough that in our schools, they will actually call the parents and say, hey, what's up? Now, you got to wonder, is this the type of thing we see all too often right now where the parents they're they're not really involved. They're sending them off. They're being, jack off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are the kids doing that and then they've just had enough? Wouldn't it be easier just to say, come and get your kid? They can't go to school here no more?
Yeah, but there's a lot of that, school is a mandatory thing, and they don't like to lose funding.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. To me, it sure seems like it's all about the funding. Who's going to get this? It's almost like the Wooly Bully Man, but through the school system.
It's definitely like that.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just, it is what it is. Yeah, I hate to do this because it's a Monday, but maybe because of Monday, this is a good thing. Traffic alert. Road resurfacing projects to begin this week across Springfield. What do you think of that?
Oh, God, traffic's already a mess here.
Well, it's beginning a month-long resurfacing project Monday, March 17th. That's today. Crews will work to resurface 16 miles of road around the city until May. They're starting with Grand Street between Kansas Express and John Q. Hammonds Parkway. The city says access to all properties in the work zones will be maintained and affected property owners will be given 48 hours notice before work begins. So you ready for this? Grand Street between Kansas Express and John Q. Hammonds Parkway. Division Street between West Bypass and Kansas. Packer Road between Atlantic Street and Kearney Street. Oak Grove Avenue between Cherry Street and Sunshine Street. Briar Street between National Avenue and Palmer Avenue. Republic Road between Scenic Avenue and Kansas Expressway. Campbell Avenue between Grand Street and Swan Street. Lone Pine Avenue between Galloway Street and Republic Road. Golden Avenue between Erie Street and Sunset Street. Catalpa Avenue between Oak Grove Avenue and Ingram Mill. What do you think of that? Crews, they've already said, are resurfacing on High Street from Clifton Avenue to Kansas Express, as well as Norton Road from Kansas Express to Pierce Avenue. The project is only costing $3.8 million and is funded through the 2024 Surface Transportation Block Grant and the city's 1/8 cent transportation sales tax.
Well, we definitely need our roads fixed, but it's going to be close to our streets, so we're going to be...
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. 1/8 cents sales tax doesn't sound like much, but you keep adding an eighth and an eighth and an eighth and an eighth, then you're at a penny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you add more. I wonder where all that lucrative money from taking the cars with bad plates off. We actually met a victim of the new it's illegal to be poor law.
They took their license plates that were expired.
Right. And then they said, okay, you got to wait here, which created a road hazard.
And that ain't even supposed to start until the 26th. It's all over the Greene County Facebook page. Mm-hmm. They're not even supposed to ticket or take plates or cars until the 26th.
Well, they have their first victim, and we know him personally. Obviously, we can't say, but, it is what it is. I don't know. I kind of feel bad. There's going to be a lot of upset people in different places that are trying to get somewhere, and they can't because this is going on, it is what it is. You want your roads to be good, your streets to be good. But now imagine all that happening, plus them kicking in the plate thing.
Yeah, I think they need to worry about other things.
Me too. Yeah, it is what it is.
And drugs and you name it. There's too much to worry about over plates.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, anyways, did you know that St. Patrick's Day actually commemorates the arrival of Christianity in Ireland? It happened in the year 432. Okay, if it's in Ireland and it's St. Patrick's Day, where do you think he came from? Where do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, well, he actually came from England, and his given name was Maewyn Succat. Thus, technically, we would actually be celebrating Maewyn Day instead of St. Patrick's Day if his name was not changed. What do you think of that?
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is what it is. He was born 385 AD in a place believed to be Banaventa Berne, a town of Roman Britain, although they don't know for sure where he is. And he died during the 5th century in the year 461 AD at Sowell, Downpatrick, Ireland. What do you think of that? Listen to this. At the age of 16, St. Patrick was kidnapped and was taken to Ireland. He was kidnapped by a group of Irish raiders who were attacking his family's estate. He worked there for 6 years tending to sheep and then escaped and became a priest. I'm giving you gold, folks. This is gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knew? Who knew that St. Patrick was actually, kidnapped and then was a slave?
Yeah,
And he was a sheep herder. But that's kind of what you expect from Irish. Like, I look at Gred and I see a sheep herder. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that his calling was to herd sheep. And it was stolen away from him because he was born in America where they don't herd sheep.
Maybe you should move to England.
It says St. Patrick Day is also known as the Feast of St. Patrick Day and the Festival of Patrick. Patrick studied and received his training in the religion for more than 12 years after he escaped captivity from Irish raiders. The reason that the shamrock is so important in this is because when they took a young sprig of clover, it was to teach pagans about the Holy Trinity. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I wonder what he would do if he found a 4-leaf clover. I mean, he couldn't do anything and he couldn't teach anything, But it's been observed by the Irish as a religious holiday for more than 1,000 years. But you sound like Gred this morning. You sound like a tired Gred.
I am tired. I think that traveling just wears you out.
What, are you saying that it's hard to travel 1,300 miles in a couple days and eat fast food and have a bunch of kids? It was a blast, folks. It just, you know what? On our way home, we actually hit rain, beautiful weather, rain, sleet, snow, rain, snow, cold. Right?
Yeah, it was. Well, the rain was worse because you get behind semis or
you just
trailers
can't see.
And it just spits out the water and just,
In the land of Flatland, it's really hard to see because their roads suck over there. And they don't have very good reflective paint on there. So as you're trying to drive down the road, and you know what? I'm a spry 40-some-year-old. I got great eyes, okay? And I was having a hard time seeing with all the rain coming down. But then we're going down 44, and I get just up on top of that big, big hill over by Rolla, and snow is just beating down like it's a Christmas, December day.
I got an interesting fact about St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, let's hear it.
A popular legend says St. Patrick drove all snakes out of Ireland. However, scientists believe there were never any snakes in Ireland to begin with. The icy waters around the island would have made it impossible for snakes to migrate there.
Snakes out. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm no scientist.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I mean, it would be kind of chilly for those up there. I mean, now if Ireland was in southern Missouri here, I mean, I don't think that there's anything that can't live here.
Do you know St. Patrick is said to have used the 3-leaf clover to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit?
Isn't that what I just said like 3 minutes ago?
Well,
yeah, that's why I said, what if you found a 4-leaf clover?
Well, then there's got to be something. There's something magical about a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, you couldn't teach with it. It's like a bad college book then. But I can see what he's doing. It's like maybe at that point he's digging for potatoes over there. You know what I'm saying? Doing something over there.
Potatoes.
I mean, that's what they did. The Great Potato Famine. In Chicago, if you guys ever go to Chicago, they don't mind pollution over there as liberal as they are. So they dump a bunch of dye into the river. But it's okay because it's eco-friendly and they turn the whole river green.
I think that's cool, actually.
Well, and then the other day, I don't know if you saw this, down in Texas, their manhole covers were on fire. Did you see that? And green flames were coming out of their manhole covers. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. Where'd you see that
It was on the internet, so it had to be true.
at? And so you believe everything on there?
Well, I mean, it just depends. I do a lot of research, okay? So I don't know. On the 200th anniversary of St. Patrick's Day, the Sydney Opera House made it green. What do you think of that?
I think that's cool.
So what do you think about green beer? I know you're not a drinker, but what do you think about green beer?
I've never had it.
How about green eggs?
I have had green eggs.
Have you had green eggs and ham?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
It's just food coloring.
Well, in the days of Prohibition, which in Ireland were different than America, from 1903 to 1970, it was actually illegal to open pubs in Ireland on St. Paddy's Day. So I'm guessing that the green beer thing is more of a USA thing or, Hallmark type thing. What do you think?
Probably.
Traditionally, St. Patrick's Day was blue. Am I just knocking your socks off with all these facts?
Well, they also say that corned beef and cabbage isn't an Irish food. It's actually made up by the people in the U.S.
Well, I guess I could see that. I mean, corned beef, they didn't have a lot of beef over in Ireland, literally. So I could see that. Maybe Spain. I don't know. Maybe. But speaking of maybe, we today, our son turned 19. It was kind of fun. Yesterday. And we had our little grill out and stuff. So it was the first grill out of the year. What do you think?
Oh, I love grilling. I like the charcoal grill.
Yeah. We've got a smoker. We've got a Blackstone. And then we got just the old-fashioned Weber. And our favorite's a Weber.
Yes.
Although, I can't say that's your favorite, but I like them all. If I had to pick one, it would be the Weber because I can get some cast iron and put on the Weber and cook like I could at the Black. I could do it all. It just makes it a lot easier, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but listen to this. So I thought it would be cool because it's springtime. Let's talk about some things that people cook on the Weber, but from other countries. What do you think of that?
Yes. Let's talk about it.
Okay, this is Australia. They have a thing called barbecued blat bagel. What do you think of that?
Sounds good.
Well, a barbecued black bagel. You take crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, avocado, juicy tomatoes on a toasted bagel grilled to perfection.
So it's a BLT on a bagel.
Yeah, pretty much, with avocado.
Yum.
Yeah, BLT on a bagel with avocado. That is a Australian specialty, according to this, but it sounds like something Americanized that they just threw something on top of. Right? How about homemade hash browns?
I've never done it, but I've seen it done.
Well, they say that this is a must for a holiday breakfast or brunch. You prepare on your Weber with eggs and grilled vegetables. Okay, they had me there, and then they completely leave out the meat.
Yeah, you got to have meat.
What's wrong with these people? How about sausage and egg Q muffins?
They look good.
Yeah, I mean, they look all right. They look literally, okay, I just saw a problem.
The cheese.
Big problem. They have Swiss cheese with egg and sausage goodness.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, well, I would send all the Swiss cheese to Australia if I could.
No.
There's nothing good made with Swiss cheese.
Yes,
Nothing.
there is.
Now you can like how about smoked Asiago?
I'm not a big fan of that.
It's way better than Swiss.
I like mushroom and Swiss burgers. That's my favorite burger.
See, the mushrooms are good and the burger's good, but the Swiss just kind of makes it not good.
And then you top it with some avocado. Yum.
Well, here, this is definitely Australian barbecued mussel.
You.
I mean, you like the soup with mussels in it?
Yeah.
Clam chowder?
I like clam chowder, yeah.
Okay, that's a mussel. They say that it takes the mussel and it gives it a very smoky, and finished flavor. And you can make a sauce on your Weber that's very, 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 very popular in Australia, the land down under. I don't know. There's a close connection between where Gred comes from, the land of poisonous nuts, to the land that wants to kill everything. Literally, Australia, everything there wants to kill you. The snakes, the gators, the fish, the bugs, the indigenous people. Everything in Australia wants to kill you. Now, I saved the best for last. This, like I said, Weber Australian. This is chipotle, pork, and grilled pineapple tacos.
Yum.
Now, that sounds amazing.
We need to get the recipe for that.
Add a burst of flavor to your holiday menu with these chipotle, pork, and grilled pineapple tacos. The combination of smoky pork, sweet pineapple, and spicy chipotle creates a balance that's truly unforgettable. Perfect for a casual lunch or dinner by the barbecue. Out of all of them, I would say that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now Gred is not a cook.
No.
That man scorches water.
Yeah, he can burn a pan of water for sure.
So we're doing this about things that he wants to try on the grill because he wants to be a man. You know, he wants his pair to drop.
You better get teaching him.
Well, I'm trying to. I mean, it's very, very important that we take baby steps because, you know, I don't want him singeing that beautiful grayish red beard.
There is no beard anymore. Now would be the perfect time to get him.
It would be. Most people don't even know that. Okay, so Gred, unfortunately, last week, he had an accident because instead of spending his money to go out and get a haircut, he decided to do it himself, and it was just a slip of the lip, right over the lip, slip, and the razor went.
Oh, boy, guys. He looks silly.
He literally cut off all the hair on his face.
And then gave himself a mohawk.
A mohawk that was crooked in the back. And it was very, very funny. But when he walked in, he's like, does this look okay? And I was like, brother, it looks beautiful.
No, I told him flat out, you need to grow that hair back quick.
Well, I'm sure that he's going to. But what I was getting to is we're going to go through these because it's springtime, summertime. We do a lot of cooking outside. We have a lot of, what would you call them, barbecues.
Oh, yeah. We get our family together and just have a feast.
I mean, food brings people together.
Yeah, who doesn't want their mouth full of goodness?
I've tried telling you that for years, but
hey, no, hey.
All right, folks, have a wonderful Monday. Happy St. Patty's Day. Go have a green beer. Go eat some green food. Go enjoy yourself out there. What do you say?
Yes.
Have a good one, folks.